All right, I have gotten the word that we are ready to go. So I would now like to hand it over to my friend Heponwana for running Love 1 plus 2 plus 3 Remastered. The floor is yours.
Hey everyone, I am Heponwana. You might have saw me a couple days ago. I was running another game. Now I am back with Love 3, which is a really cool little precision platformer. And I know there was a bid war going on to determine our trace flag, which is going to be the flag following our hero during this run. Do we have a winner on that bid war?
Yes, we do. Our winner is the Trans Pride flag.
Awesome. Actually, already had that one up, my usual favorite for running this game, just to show what the other ones would have looked like real quick. Just, you know, show a little pride all around, but we're going with the Trans Pride right here. And so, we'll be starting in just a second, but I just want to explain real quick what you're going to see before I dive in and explain really fully what you're seeing as you see it. But this is a precision platformer where we play as 5'8". He's that little stick figure on the left side of the game screen right now. He is called that because he's 5 blocks wide, 8 blocks tall. And he is going to go through a world where everything is out to kill him. He is in a post-apocalyptic world where he's trying to find his friends, and we're going to hopefully help him find his friends. And so, our different categories, we're playing in time attack mode, which removes all RNG from this game. Otherwise, there is limited RNG. And there are all these different level sets. Love 3 is 25 levels made for this game. Love 2014 is the original game of Love. It is 16 levels, or actually 16-ish levels. Don't want to get into that because we're not going to see those. Love 2 is Love 2, the previous game in the series, which included all the levels of Love 1 Remastered, which we're going to see on this. There are 25 Love 2 levels, 17 Love Remastered levels, for a total of 67 levels we're going to see in Love 1 plus 2 plus 3 Remastered, and of course Complete-a-thon, so 100%, which means we're going to find a collectible in every stage. That's a lot to take in. Also, another thing to take in is I want to donate some money, and I like putting my money where my mouth is or where my game playing is. I'm going to donate 25 cents for every death. You might think 25 cents per death, we're probably only going to die a couple times. That sounds pretty low. We're going to see a lot of deaths, a lot of them intentional even. So 25 cents per death. If anyone wants to join me for that, feel free. I'd recommend maybe a little less than 25 cents per death, but who knows? Go as wild as you can for donating for this great cause. So I'll explain more as we play, but time begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So here we go. We are 5'8", and there's one of those deaths already. Wow. Let's just start off. That's 50 cents for Girls Make Games right away. So as we run through this, anything that is white is stuff that does stuff. And anything that is black is nothingness. It's the void we run through. And then anything that is a different color is the stage we're on. And each stage, that's my collectible on stage 1 of Love Remastered. So every stage is going to have a different color and a different amazing song from James Bennett, who did the soundtrack for every level of this game. James Bennett, there's a couple more little donations for Girls Make Games. So James Bennett made soundtrack for every stage. Each stage has its own unique song, own unique everything to it. Each stage kind of has a theme going for it also, and we will have intentional deaths like that to get the collectible, because sometimes the collectible, if we don't die, we're going to have to take a long way around to get back, and we're speedrunning. We don't have time to take the long way around. We also could do something in this game I call Mario running. You could run across little gaps like Mario could. If you couldn't tell, I am putting down a checkpoint all over the place. That is one power that I do have. Also, another power I have is the power to go back to my checkpoint, to pretty much bot myself, as I like to put it. I could bot myself to go back to a checkpoint to save time, and we are going to do that because time saving is important. I mentioned white things are things that do things. It's a lot of things right there. These white things here are the slow tunnel. It's going to take us down slowly, which is annoying when you're speedrunning, but kind of chill. By the way, secrets can be very secretive. In fact, there's a cake. The cake is not a lie in this game, and the secret is hanging out with it. So we're going to continue down this slow tunnel. Most of the Love 1 stages tend to have very obvious secrets. This one was a little trickier to find. Ooh, and that was unfortunate. Not quite what I wanted, but like I said, every death is going to be a donation, so I am fine with a death or 2 or 10 or we'll probably see a couple hundred. I'm just going to say there are a lot of deaths in this game. Also, the stages have real cool themes. Despite being so simplistic in graphics, they have a lot of really cool things going on. Like I mentioned, this is all in the post-apocalypse, and here we have a rundown factory. Also, you could see some influences from various other games. If you know Mega Man games, these are very much taken from inspiration of Yoku blocks. Yoku blocks are those blocks that a lot of people playing Mega Man games casually just hate with a passion. They go bzz, and they tend to lead to you dying a lot as you miss jumps trying to find their timing. And these here are bounce pads. We're going to ride them and get to this next level, and there we go. This is known as a YOLO jump right there in the speedrun community for it. It is going over those saw blades. It is almost frame perfect, almost pixel perfect, really tight jumps. Ooh, and that is unfortunate there. This next stage though, real cool thing, we're going to try and not jump almost any in this stage. And you might be thinking, oh, well, that was unfortunate. When I fall off cycle on this stage, it does tend to be a bit trickier to get back on cycle, but this stage has an achievement where you can actually beat this stage without jumping any, but to get that collectible that's hidden back there, we definitely did need a little bit of jumping. And now I have run my mouth a lot, so I'm going to take a second. Hydrate, because we are on everyone's least favorite type of stage, the auto-scroller, which if there are any announcements, it's a great time for them because I'm just kind of chilling right here.
Yeah, no problem. I got you covered. I wanted to take a moment to announce that because the Trace color bid war concluded, we now have a new bid war opening, and that is for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Tunic color. This is a run that's going to be happening tomorrow, and the choice between colors will either be red or blue, so you can now make your donation go toward choosing a color for the tunic in Link's Awakening tomorrow.
Awesome. Get some donations in. So this stage, it's very much an auto-scroller. It is the one most unfortunate part of this entire run is having an auto-scroller, but it is a good chance kind of hydrate. Unfortunately, it is very much at the beginning of the run, so we're going to have a lot more stages coming up without any real chance for hydrating or anything like that, because we are now only on stage 11 of the Love 1 set. We're pretty much now in the belly of the beast, taking an intention. That was unintentional, but that first one was intentional to warp back after hitting the monster's tonsils. It opened up an area to go through, and that area let us fall down below. Originally in Love 2 Kuso, when they remastered the Love 1 stages, they actually put the secret there. Now the secret is a little more secretive. Also, I should add another important thing in this game, besides how cool it is and how chill, because it is super chill despite being incredibly hard. Your jump height is something that you could control, and it is very important to control it, because we are going to have a lot of places where jump height really matters. Another intentional death. And now we'll go from saying very organic to something very mechanical feeling. This is almost like being in a working factory. And we're going to take hopefully very few deaths here, but this is one of those stages where things can get really out of control. We're going to try and find that magic timing, which is really tricky, but the great thing on this game is there is no RNG, and a lot of things are cycle-based, so if you know what you're doing, you could really get in a good groove. It's a very fair game in that regard. I just showed the difference in jump heights. I did not use the right one there, but all is good because we're continuing on. And now we're in a stage that all I could say is it's very circular. It's almost like we're going into the middle of like a reactor or something. Everything, I tend to think of it as being very mechanical in this game. You know, it's a post-apocalyptic world, so there aren't many things organic in it. We're going to slide down, really just hold your breath and hope for the best on some of these falls. We're going to try and get a cycle skip right here, barely squeeze through there. On this stage, we have these little cycles, these little platforms we control. We're going to take a leap of faith right here. If you put a checkpoint down on one, I should mention, if you put a checkpoint down where you cannot stand still on your own, your checkpoint will die. So if you put one on one of these cycles, it dies. This means if I die at this point, it's back to the very beginning of the entire stage. So you want to be very mindful of, ooh, I am slightly missing that one, but oh, it's good. You want to be very mindful of where you put your checkpoint down. Also, if you put your checkpoint down where something would kill you if you were there, your checkpoint would die. This stage here is stage 16 of Love 1. That means we're on the final stage of Love 1. Originally, when the games came out, Love 2 was not called Love 2 Kuso, it's called Kuso. That was it. And I used to always say when I'd speedrun Love 1 and 2 back to back that we're about to no longer be in love, which is always so sad and tragic, but all is good. We're going, this area is incredibly tricky. So being the last stage of Love 1, it is very much I call it a final exam. It is an exam of everything we have been practicing up until this point. So like here's those little cycles that we were riding before. Here's the little teleporters. And now we are out of Love 1 and we're on to Love 2. But you can always be in love again. The great thing about this game, just start a new run and you are once again in love. So Love 2. This, in the original release of Love 2, there were not secrets on every stage. There were only 20 secrets in the 25 stages of Love 2, and there were only 10 secrets in the 16 stages of Love 1. Also, Charlie the Cat. 5 of these secrets are guarded by Charlie the Cat, which Fred Wood, the developer of the game, had a cat. Charlie, sadly no longer with us, but what better way to show your love for your pet than to put your pet forever as guardian of secrets in your game? And, you know, including Charlie's nice little meow digitized. Such a great way of showing a little bit of love in the game of love. I fell slightly off there. And now we are almost done with this stage. You'll notice secrets are going to start getting a lot more complex from here on out. Love 1, they were typically in your face for the most part, or just barely hidden, you know, not hidden all that deeply. Love 2 is where secrets started to get complicated. And so we'll see, especially in this stage, that first one where we saw Charlie was pretty complicated. This one with Charlie as well, really complicated, really hidden there. I mean, it's not a secret unless the secret is really secret. And that's what Fred Wood did with these games. Also want to say, if you want to play this game, if you want to speedrun it, available on Steam, on itch, on Switch. It's available all over the place, and what's great is Fred Wood, the developer of the game, is a huge fan of the speedrun community. This game actually has the ability to include custom levels, and ran this at AGDQ as a race, one of the categories of it a couple years ago, and Fred Wood even created a custom level just for AGDQ because of just being a lover of the speedrun world and speedrun community, which what more can you ask for from a speedrun game than for the developer to have, affection for the community. So this stage, we're going to kill a checkpoint. I do that one because I have a feeling if I kill that checkpoint, I'll make that jump correctly. If I don't pay the checkpoint gods, they won't let me make that jump, and I end up losing a cycle. So want to make sure I did give the checkpoint gods what they wanted, and it looks like it worked out in my favor. Leap of faith, and it worked. This game, if you caught my run on Thursday, I was playing a game where I talked a lot about coyote jumps. And coyote jumps are when you run off a ledge and have a couple frames to end up still jumping, still having control. More of those Mario runs right there. This game has very limited, if any, pixels for coyote jumps. These guns, by the way, are a pain to get through. We're going to put a safety checkpoint, fall down, grab that, let that gun take out that barrier for us, and continue on. This is probably the easiest collectible in the entire run because it is literally in our face. I don't think there's any real way to not get that collectible, which it's kind of good because this stage can be incredibly intimidating. This game is very difficult overall. I'm going to let this rotor go. And now onto a stage where if you play this one way, if you play any percent, you don't need to stop any. There is a perfect cycle through this entire stage. If you play this 100%, there is no way to get through without taking a couple pauses. But you still get through nice and quick. The great thing about this game is there are very, very short stages for the most part. Not many stages are too long, so it makes it a lot of fun to just practice one stage, become best at it. Or if you want to play the larger categories like the Love 1, 2, 3, it's, it might be 67 or 66 stages. 67, my brain just turned off on me. It might be well over 60 stages, but it is still a relatively quick experience. This is a really well hidden secret. Fred Wood developed this secret and this out-of-bound area, and there's Charlie again, after going to Japan and climbing some mountains to see some temples, and got inspired by the long climbs up the mountainsides and the clouds and all of that. And after going down all that distance in that previous level, it's now time to go up. We gotta get back up where we came from. Originally, there were plans for this level and the previous one to actually be just one big level. Timing on these is vital. You could get two at a time comfortably. Well, kind of uncomfortably if you ask me, but you could get two at a time there. Here you have to get two at a time, obviously, get that collectible. And now comes the tightest cycle in this game. I am going to go for a perfect cycle here. It will work, it's gotta work. There we go. That is incredibly tight. If you don't get it perfect, I actually don't know how to get back on time, and I tend to just beat my head against many, many deaths. So now we're going to have a super chill level. One of my friends once likened this to like a Persian rug where you just have like a lot of geometry that is really chill to look at. This stage used to be in Love 2, the only one with two secrets in it. There was one secret above this one, so that after you grabbed that secret, you would have not kept going. And now, after having such a chill stage, we bring a little more energy. This kind of pumps up the jam, gets you kind of feeling good. By the way, I cut in front of him. I'll let him go ahead of me. These little dudes in the hover pods or helipods, get used to them because we will see them again, both in Love 2, but also at the end of Love 3. Fun fact, this stage in Love 2, those drills in that last section, did not have hitboxes. Ooh, I had a feeling I was slightly off on my cycle there. Like I said, this game is incredibly fair, but cycles, if you just slightly fall off of them, it could be pretty bad. I'll kill a couple checkpoints just to appease the checkpoint gods, and we'll continue on our way. So this one, we won't fall down. We kept a checkpoint up there so we could continue on our way. This is a tricky little maze. If you do nice jumps like that, all is good. You could pass 2 of these at a time. So you want to make sure you get those 2 at once. There is a little cycle skip. Nope, we could not get it. So it is a very tight cycle skip on that first one. We couldn't get it, but all is fine. Now comes the hardest part in this run. Let's see if I could do the hardest single cycle in this run. No, I can't. I biffed one jump. So ideally, I would have gotten up here and not had to pause, and you could have done this all at once. There are safety platforms on the left and on the right. You're meant to use them. I'm not meant to use them because I have speedrun this way too many times. I have the button rhythm down. That was our final Charlie, by the way. So sadly, no more Charlie Kitty. But on the bright side, because this is Complete-a-thon, I will be showing later on an entirely optional thing that just takes us like a couple seconds out of our way on a later stage. I mean, we're doing Complete-a-thon. I want to show you everything. So I am actually going to show you later on another cat and a dog. So there is that to look forward to. So no more Charlie, but the furry loved ones, the good floops, continue. This stage will take an intentional death. You're meant to run back and forth. Ooh. I don't normally miss that, but there we go. You're meant to run back and forth, and as you cause the platforms disappear, the gun can shoot things out, and it takes a few passes, but nah, that's too slow, so we take an intentional death and get through a lot quicker. By the way, this is the penultimate level of Love 2. And here we go, the final exam of Love 2. Just like Love 1, there is a final exam set up here. So we're going to see all the secrets we saw from the previous 25 levels. Like these little bouncy things. We saw those earlier. We also saw the big gun that will track me, and we will just continue past it. The orange stage had these big rotors that we were avoiding. And there we go. We're just going to take a shortcut there. You might remember this from that stage where I said it had a very good trick to it that I happened to bobble before I could get to it. And you probably remember these from just 2 stages ago. And the circles from that real chill stage. This is all completely, you know, just a final exam of Love 2. Can't get through 2 of these at once. Make sure you do not kill your checkpoint here. I actually killed my checkpoint on a race before and was well ahead in the race and lost the race entirely because of that. So make sure you don't kill your checkpoint. And now we are in Love 3. Love 3, the secrets are way more than they were before. They are not just collect one thing and you're good. Each level has its own puzzle to solve. So The first time playing this game, it was so amazing to see these puzzles. If I hit that one platform, the white dot appeared, hit another, white dot appear, hit the last one, 2 white dots, and it opens up this area. That is the secret. So a lot more complex. It is going to be a lot trickier from here on out, which is really cool. Makes it where this is a great game casually, but also, you know, going for 100% just really ups the fun factor, especially when the game first came out. Playing it blindly, you know, not knowing what you're getting into is pretty darn amazing. We wanted that saw blade to run over that little symbol on the ground back there. And it opened up this room, which is the secret, and that'll destroy all those saw blades. And since this might be the No Glitches Allowed channel, but it's not No Glitches Allowed for this event, I will accidentally take a death there. I will show you a couple little glitches in this run.
If I could just jump in real quick, I wanted to mention that we have a donation from Buzzer Yum Yum 1 for $25 that says, "Congrats on another charity event, Heponwana. It feels good to see Love 3 again."
Thank you. That is wonderful. Buzzer Yum Yum is my partner. As I bop right there, is my partner. She's my wife who has always been really great and supportive of my speedruns and of all the charity support that I get involved with. So thank you, Buzzer Yum Yum. So here we have everyone's favorite type of level. Everyone loves the water level, right? Right? No? Okay, well, we're going to have a water level, and it is tricky. We leave our checkpoint there because hitting those 2 hidden items opens up this area, and that is the for real collectible. And soon we will be freed from this water because I am not a fan of the water level. Be it all the way back old school with Super Mario Brothers, be it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the seaweed and the dam. Whatever it is, I do not care for water levels, so it's good to be past it. Good thing there's never a final exam type level, so we don't need to worry about seeing water anymore on this whole run. Oh wait, there is going to be a final exam for the Love 3 levels as well, which is kind of tricky and annoying, but oh well. It's not as much water, it's a lot less of it. So these guys, we want to be mindful that we don't get bopped by them. This stage is all about rhythm, and so we need to hit certain platforms. And you'll notice when I land on certain platforms, a little white symbol on them will change, and that white symbol, we need to get enough of those. I went just a little slow there. There we go. If we get all of these platforms with the white symbols to change, it's going to open up another very secret area. Luckily, the the symbols with the platforms with the symbols are the safe spots for you to put your checkpoint down. So there we go. And now we're on to what I call Dinky Kang. It's like Donkey Kong, but it's not. And Dinky Kang. It sounds like Donkey Kong, but it's not. So we're going to avoid the barrels, just like you would in Donkey Kong. We might have to jump over them. We moved the same speed as them, but you'll notice we were catching up because they had to bounce off the walls. One of the real cool things in this game is it is all about you and objects typically having the same speed. And your speed is you move 60 frames per second. Horizontally at least. Vertically, you do have a speed up and a slow down, but you move 60 frames per second horizontally, and that will continue through. We do 3 of these at a cycle, and there we go, almost done. And we're up here. All of those secrets we did open, I hit the wrong button, meant to do that, and that way we could just pop out at the exit. But typically, we're going to move at the same speed as a lot of obstacles, and we're going to use that to our advantage. You also might be noticing when I said at the beginning that I donate 25 cents per death. I wasn't kidding when I said it's going to be plenty of deaths. Getting all of those little things opens up this portal, which opens like a little mini game area. And you'll notice the mini game area, after I collect the collectible, tends to open a portal. That portal will take us somewhere important towards the exit of the stage, but the one thing is, it doesn't take us as quick as our checkpoint does, so we take that death to just save a little bit of time. That is not the collectible there. Neither was the first one. Those first two only open this area right here. And then you go over here, hit this switch, another quick death. And this one, it's all about, for the most part, knowing that there's a good rhythm. If you go into speedrun mode, you will be fine with your rhythm. We want to hit 4 certain places without dying. If we die, we have to hit them all again from scratch. We hit them all, and there we go. We left that checkpoint up there so that we didn't need to worry about going back. If you ever see me leave a checkpoint in an interesting place and not put down additional ones, I guarantee there's a reason for it. And there we go. Now we are in a stage that I like to call the pinball machine. It feels to me a lot like a pinball machine. A lot of things moving, a lot of verticality to it. And a lot of trickiness with these jump pads, like these ones pointing the wrong direction. Definitely don't want to get bopped by them. So here we will leave a checkpoint. And we left it down there. Oh, that was unfortunate. So let's do that again. On bright side, take a death, you only lose a couple seconds. That was intentional because we had to hit that upper platform, hit the lower platform, and then we could hit those side things. But if I ever leave a checkpoint in an interesting place, it is always going to be because of wanting to return there in a hurry. Like right there, that is what I did. And we are on our way out of this stage into what I think of as some of the best music in the game. This game, the entire soundtrack is amazing, but I love this stage. We want to hit both of those switches, which will create down here another switch. And after hitting those switches, it will create another switch right here that will put us into a mini stage, which has more of those Mega Man Yoko blocks. And we get through there, all is good. And we will just fling our way out of this stage into probably the most tedious of stages. So in this stage, we control these guns. The guns can kill us. They could kill white blocks, which can kill us. And once the white blocks are destroyed, they're permanently gone. They can also destroy purple blocks. Purple blocks will not hurt us. Those are our platforms, and they do return. For better or worse, typically for better, but sometimes for worse. And then we want to move that gun out of the way. We want a sound cue here, so that was it. We were hitting some white blocks up there. We want to make sure we leave those guns where they're not pointed where they will get us later on, because we are in the range of these guns as we go through this. I jump on these switches because it gives me control over the guns. And a lot of those earlier guns I have left very intentionally how I did. And you'll see why soon enough after we clear out the last white blocks. Oh, we missed one. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do an extra cycle on this gun. That's why we try and aim them very carefully, because... All right. And so that opened this up. And now We'll go through here, hit that one real quick so it moved that gun just a little, because if a gun sits for too long, they will reset on their own to their original position. You'll also notice, once again, I did not put a checkpoint down anywhere because we want to get here. And now those helipods come back. I need to hit 4 very special spots throughout this stage that are not areas you should normally be going. And you'll notice as I get them, a couple pixels will light up. So now we control the helipods. And the thing about these helipods, they control with about the smoothness of Flappy Bird. And it's intentional because you are not a pilot of these. You are stealing one. So guess what? You are not meant to be a great pilot of them. So we're going to go ahead and take this helipod. And since we hit those 4 spots, this ceiling opened and gave us this very hard to get to area. And there we go. Ooh, let's try not getting bopped. And now we're at stage 15 of Love 3, which is the midterm. We're going to have 4 different challenges that each quadrant, when you get all of them, this becomes a jump pad and it brings you to the end, which is very far left of the stage. Before we go and do those, we're going to go ahead and get the collectible for this stage. Also, we're going to cheat on our midterm. We're going to steal the car from the driver's ed midterm. And then we're going to see Milo and Bork, cat and dog. That is not required, but I wanted to show you that because it's complete-a-thon. Let's get the complete big picture. So we were able to cheat on our midterm by stealing that, ooh, barely missed that, by stealing the hover or helipod. Normally that stage is meant to take a whole lot longer. Don't actually, if you're in school, don't cheat on your midterms. But, you know, if you're in this game, cheat on your midterms. It's all well and good. It'll save you a lot of time. Although, it's unfortunate because it means we miss out on some of the more fun areas, because some of those puzzles are pretty fun. We're taking some intentional deaths. By hitting all those spots that I did, we opened up that bottom area, and we are off cycle, so we're going to have to wait for these. And there we go. We are now on to what I call Donkey Kong Jr. It's a lot like Donkey Kong again, but a little bit different. And has a good beat to it, though. Kind of a good funky jam to it. So it makes me think Donkey Kong all the way. And we're just going to continue on through here. And hopefully you enjoyed this part of the stage, because if you do, you're going to see it again. Not because I'm dying, but because the secret on this one's really interesting. I hit a few spots earlier, and now I have turned the stage backwards. And then we get a portal. It takes us up here to the collectible, and there we go. In this stage, we're going to grab some keys that look like collectibles, and they're going to destroy those floors that have the double white dotted lines on them, like that one there. I'm leaving my checkpoint where I did. If you leave a checkpoint on the dotted white lines, your checkpoint will die. So we want to make sure not to do that, but leaving it where I did was as quick as possible. Don't put one here because it's double dotted white lines. Fun fact about helipods, if you crash them into these solid or these single white dotted line walls, you'll break them. So I'll break those, and now I'll move on. You're like, wait, you broke something open. Why are we not checking out what's down there? We'll get there soon enough. This game, like I said, the Love 3 puzzles, very convoluted. And it kind of makes them a lot of fun. And there we go. And now, the closest we get to an auto-scroller in this set of levels is dealing with these white squares of doom. You want to be very mindful of their motions, and there are multiple ones. We'll leave a checkpoint there. We need that checkpoint because we need to get down there, but we're not going to go down. We're going to go right. hit that, and now we have partially opened the secret. We had to hit the right one first, then the left one. Like I said, the first time doing this game, super convoluted. And now this one goes at the speed of us, so we gotta move nice and fast with that. Luckily, if you just move full speed ahead, it works out perfect. And that, getting all of those secrets opens up down here, which is the actual secret. And ooh, now we want to go the intended route. This is the actual intended way to get through this stage. And then we're into kind of, I think of this one as almost like a haunted house, because there's all these wisps floating around. It's very big, chill, kind of haunting music going on. Some real good puzzles going on as we find the certain areas to cause things to click. And then that would be the secret right there. And now we are on our way out of this stage. Just avoid the ghosts. They move at a good rhythm as long as you stay on a deathless or near deathless cycle. If you die too much, big problems happen. This stage, you touch a platform, they fall down. So you can't put a checkpoint on them. Also, as they come back up, they turn all white, which means they will kill you. You'll also notice there's a ceiling above me. If I jump full height, that happens. So, as we go through, we don't want that to happen. That's another 25 cents for Girls Make Games. But as we go along, you'll notice the ceiling height keeps getting lower and lower, and doing little low jumps is really tricky, but we will do it. We will make it through. Also, if you stay on a platform, it will not turn white and rise up on its own. It has to have you not on it to rise back up. And there we go. There's secret, and my favorite secret noise in the game, I love that bing, 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 just feels satisfying. It's almost like in Zelda getting the opening a treasure sound. So these barrels move at the same speed as us. And, ooh, that was unfortunate. There we go. We have a few spots we need to get to. You need to keep moving when you're on these barrels. If you don't keep moving, you will lose the barrel. It's not automatic movement with the barrel. You have to do that movement. And now, I mentioned water would return. That's probably the easiest water part in the game. I clipped the wall, so I did not like my cycle there, so we're going to go ahead and give it that little pause. Another stage of helipod fun. By the way, these helipods do not get easier. They are very hard to pilot, but it is pretty fun. Oh, by getting all of those and opening this up instead of going up above and around, we create a new helipod spawn point, which we need. Instead, taking these arrows to get up, we will fly up, then we will find the secret down below. That area only opens when you take the helipod to that top area. By the way, we are nearing the end of this run, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see it, but we will be done in just a couple stages, because this is the penultimate stage of Love 3. So unfortunately, my time with all of you is coming to an end pretty soon, but we're still going to have a little bit of fun. We leave that checkpoint where I did for a reason, because we need to get back there. That switch will open up this area and the way forward. And now all of the moving blades are done. These balls are still going, but the blades are done. And now we're on the final exam. This is it, the final stage of Love 3. We can't cheat on the final exam. We can't cheat the entire exam. We can't just steal a car and drive our way to victory, but we will cheat a little. Like I said, since this might be on the No Glitches Allowed channel, but there are glitches allowed for Complete-a-thon, let's glitch through that wall right there. However, if I ever come back, hopefully for like a No Glitches Allowed marathon, you better believe you will see me not cheating on those, taking the long way. But this time, we're just here to see everything to its end, which we are almost done. Solved that puzzle. I kept my checkpoint down here because there was a slow tube. And now final test, and time is coming up in about 10 seconds. So getting 100% will open the hole in the floor below me. Otherwise, we exit a different way. And time's coming up in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. And so 5-8 gets to the end of his journey. By getting 100%, the answer to does he find friends? Yes, he finds all the friends. It's not a post-apocalyptic nightmare wasteland without friends there to help cheer you up and make it so much more fun. I hope you all enjoyed this. I haven't run this game in a long time, so it was great bringing it back and showing it off. 168 deaths. I said I'm donating 25 cents per. So let's just say real quick, I am donating $42 even for that because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And of course, this is for a great cause. So please consider donating if you can. Also, if you ever want to speedrun this game, great community for it. There's a lot of people in it. It's a large, small community. The developer is well involved with it. It's a great game. And I mean, there's so much love. And that's all I can really say. There's just love, and my love to all of you, especially if you could donate or just spread the word of this great event.
Heponwana, I just want to say thank you so much and congratulations. That was an absolutely amazing spectacle that you just put on. It's even more remarkable how you can communicate so clearly and easily while doing something so precise and precarious. It was really a spectacle to behold. Thank you so much.
I always like to say, while my hands are speedrunning the game, my mouth is speedrunning whatever is spewing out of my brain.
And where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch at Heponwana. You can find me on Twitter at Heponwana, Blue Sky, Heponwana, pretty much everywhere. Great thing is having a name that nobody knows or knows how to pronounce half the time is you can find me under that name everywhere. So I stream speedruns, usually indie games, and always like to keep it positive and family friendly.
Thank you so much. You guys heard that? Find him at Heponwana on whatever socials you can find him on. And I just want to say one more time, thank you so much. It has been an absolute joy to have this run here.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say thank you and shout outs one more time to Heponwana for that amazing, amazing Love 3 run. we do have Rack and Slay all challenges coming up real soon, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, feel free to get up and stretch your legs, get some water, grab a snack if you want, do whatever you need to take care of yourself in the meantime while we're getting set up, and we'll be right back real soon. Just to provide some updates on where we stand right now, we are currently just under $60 away from the $1,500 mark. We are getting very close, very exciting. And at the same time, we have an incentive open to upgrade our upcoming Rack and Slay run to difficulty 10. This run coming up is currently on difficulty 7, but if we reach the $50 required for the incentive, that will be upgraded to difficulty 10, making things much more challenging layouts and enemies, and reduced max health. So make sure to get those donations in soon if you want to see that. And when you make that donation toward that incentive, make sure to also put that money towards something in our polls. We currently have a poll bid war open right now for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which will be taking place tomorrow. The bid war is for the tunic color, Link's tunic, that will either be red or blue. So make sure to select one of those when you make your donation by typing !donate in the chat. And, true to his word, we have $42 from Heponwana that says, "Here's $42 to match my 25 cents per death promise. Thank you all for having me, and best of luck for the rest of the stream." Thank you so much, Heponwana, for that run and your generous donation. That puts us just $8 shy of the Rack and Slay difficulty upgrade. We are very, very close, and I know that we can get there, so to make sure to get your donation in as soon as possible. And in case you're curious about where this raised money is going, it is going to the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. Girls Make Games was founded in order to provide girls with the space and resources to explore the world of gaming and help them pursue careers in game development. Girls Make Games has helped their alumni go on and graduate high school, college, and land jobs in the gaming industry and other wider STEAM fields. With help through your donations, the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund will give women and girls the support they need to reach their fullest potential. Also, I just want to mention, if any of you viewers would like to help with future events, if you're enjoying Complete-a-thon 2024, we always host volunteer applications before our events. They typically run alongside submissions and are announced on our Discord and Twitter. Keep an eye on those if you're interested in running production, tweeting the tweets, or maybe even hosting live on the mic like I am right now. Even if you're just looking to volunteer for the first time, like I am right now, we would be happy to help you get your foot in the door. And wouldn't you know it, we have an $8 donation from Anonymous with no message, but does push us through the threshold for the Rack and Slay difficulty 10 upgrade. So we will now be upgrading that run to difficulty 10 for all challenges. Thank you so much. We are also now less than $10 away from the $1,500 mark on the marathon as a whole. super exciting. I know we can hit it tonight. Make sure to get those donations in. Thank you guys so much.